podcast, the Down to Earth Network, with your host, Sean Myrie. Please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. We're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts, all podcast platforms. Today, right, is a big day. Yesterday, it was Hillary Clinton in regards to the Epstein files, right? She had to testify and she was angry, very angry. Now, part two, Friday, it's the other Clinton, Bill Clinton, the one who was in a lot of photos, right? A lot of photos Mr. Bill Clinton was in. So today, what he said is that Donald Trump has never been part of this whole Epstein stuff. So if you want to believe Donald Trump is a part of it, he got an ally right now. His ally is called Bill Clinton. But something is kind of strange because his wife, Hillary Clinton, doesn't like Trump. And Hillary Clinton is basically saying, go ask the people, the Republicans and the House, right? Department of Justice about it. But Bill Clinton cleared Trump, and he's saying he's not a part of anything, right? He's not a part of anything. Do you guys believe that? But there's pictures, right? Bless up OG Kicks. There's pictures right now or been circulating with Mr. Bill Clinton with some lady's face marked out. What do you think about that? Right? So yesterday, right, just to update you guys, and much respect to everybody that's going to be joining the chat. Yesterday, Hillary Clinton, when she testified, it was about what, from 11:30 to about 5 o'clock, 5:30, and she was not happy. She was very angry about being there. She never wanted to be there. She didn't want to be there. You could see that she didn't want to be there. They were forced to be there. Um, they denied being there in the beginning, and they would have been held in contempt. So they were forced by the government to testify, right? And they decided to testify, them saying that they wanted it publicly, out there, but it was privately recorded first, and they say they're going to release the recordings of what they're talking about later to the public, because it's hours and hours and hours of talking and questioning. So people are getting the story kind of now. It's going viral. You're seeing a lot of pictures in regards to Bill Clinton. You're getting those pictures with him and some ladies in some situations, like on his lap. So they asked Hillary. They asked Hillary in regards about it. She kind of looked angry, right? She didn't. She looked kind of like she was put in a position that she didn't want to answer those questions, right? Because when she was asked certain questions, they're saying she was pointing to her husband. That's what she was doing. She was pointing towards her husband, saying, he knows it's him. It's him. She was pointing to her husband, like putting Bill Clinton under the like, selling him out. So I don't think they're really together. I think they just have a public image out there for people to think that they're together. But I have a feeling Bill Clinton and his wife are not really together. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not matching up. He's basically clearing the air, saying that him and Trump, like Trump was not there. Do you guys believe that? He's saying Trump was not there. That's coming from Bill. So if Bill is telling lies, he's going to be locked up. There'll be perjury. So why would Bill protect Donald Trump when his wife doesn't like Donald Trump? You got to think of it. So are they really together? Really? You got to look on it, because he's basically saying Donald has nothing to do with it. This is kind of funny, people. This is funny. So who's next? That's the question. People, please like, subscribe, share the live if you can, and all that good stuff. But yeah, what's really going on now? Because everybody's expecting Bill, right? They're expecting Bill Clinton to say something. It's going to be hours. It's hours and hours of questioning. And all he's saying, he wasn't a part of anything with Epstein. But 27 plane trips. 27 plane trips on Epstein's plane, right? They got certain recordings of him being on Epstein's plane. And he's saying he has nothing to do with Epstein. I wanna know when he answers the question. I want him to answer the questions, which he is answering some of the questions in regards to the pictures. What about all those pictures, Mr. Bill? What's up with all the pictures? That's what people want to know. What's going on with all the pics? That's AI? All those pics must be AI. That's what I'm saying. All those pics have to be AI. It has to be, right? So what's going on now? From now on till tomorrow, people are going to analyze this whole drama, this whole fiasco. People are going to be talking about it. They're going to see what he's been saying. Will people believe it? But this is what's the kicker. He's clearing Donald Trump out of it. So all the people who want Donald Trump to be charged with this Epstein file stuff, you got a strong character, saying that he's not involved. He's saying he's not involved. But then I'm gonna wonder, like, how does he know? How does Bill Clinton know? Right? So to me, this is a shame thing. This is to shame them. This is a way to shame Bill Clinton and his wife. That's what it is, because they're both angry about it. They both didn't want to go to this whole trial thing or whatever, this Epstein stuff. They don't want to be involved in it. But the only reason they're being involved in it because of pictures, especially Bill. Hillary said she never met Epstein. She already said it. She never met Epstein. She said, but she kind of, screwed up with Maxwell. Maxwell went to her daughter's wedding and she claimed it's because of a other person who invited Maxwell there. And then she talks on microphone and she says that she met her a couple times casually acquaintances. You're a casual acquaintance? That doesn't make no sense, right? Much respect. Join in the chat, Colette, Marcia. Now she's saying it was a casual acquaintance. Do you guys believe that? That she didn't really know Maxwell? She's going back and forth, back and forth. Now, Bill, he seemed senile the other day, like he was like kind of lost or something. They showed a video of him. He seemed like he wasn't in his right mind and stuff. So this is what people might say, the Democrats, because it seems like the Democrats and the Republicans, some of them are together. That's what it seems like, because it was the Democrats who were behind, like, pushing for her and Bill to testify. It wasn't just the Republicans. It was a couple of Democrats that pushed for Hillary and Bill to testify. Their own party, what they were part of, they're pushing for it. So why are they pushing? You got to look on it. Why would the Democrats push for Hillary and Bill to testify? You got to look on it. Something's going on in Washington where the Democrats and Republicans are coming together, a certain part of the government, right? So Hillary doesn't like Donald Trump. She hates Donald Trump's guts. She hates his guts, right? But the husband is saying something else. The husband already cleared Donald Trump. What does like he said he wasn't part of it. So she wants Donald Trump to get, be part of it so he could get removed. So that shows me, I was telling you, they're not together. I think it's all a public show that they are like, married, like they're married, but they don't agree with each other. Because remember, he was caught cheating. Bill Clinton was caught cheating on his wife. You remember that? Monica Lewinsky. You remember there's this other girl, other woman who they accused, Bill was with. So he's not too what you saying clean. He's not a clean guy. He's kind of dirty, Mr. Clinton, right? So who do you believe? Who should we believe? Who can we believe? Do you guys believe everything the media is telling you right now? Do you believe that Clinton, what he's saying about Trump, right? I know some MAGA people are probably happy that Bill cleared Trump. So maybe some MAGA people like Bill Clinton right now, right? Because he cleared Trump. But this is it. The pictures say a lot. So for him to say that he didn't, we're gonna hear more coming out. We're gonna hear a lot more. He's basically trying to say no, he had nothing to do with Epstein. Nothing. Everything people are talking about is mumbo jumbo. He had nothing to do with Epstein. But there's a whole bunch of pictures with him enjoying himself with Epstein. What do you guys think about that? And people, bring up the likes. Please subscribe. What do you guys think about that? Do you believe? Do you believe it? Do you guys believe it? I don't. I don't believe it. Lesser kosher. Do you guys believe what Bill has said? Because that's what's coming out. Bill is talking. Mr. Bill Clinton, saxophone man, jazz man, right? So what else he's gonna say? Because people are they question him over and over. His wife said it was repetitive when she was getting questioned for a whole bunch of hours. It was repetitive questions. So they must be asking Bill repetitive questions, and they want him to kind of, make a mistake. Probably they're hoping that they could make him make a mistake, right? Make him make a mistake and say something. But he's been practicing for the last couple of weeks what to say, right? Something might come out. People are hoping something comes out. But the big shocker to a lot of people who hate Donald Trump, this is the big shocker, that Bill is saying Trump is not part of this whole thing. Do you guys believe it? Do you believe Trump is not part of this whole thing with the Epstein files? Because so far there is no evidence, no hardcore evidence that he's part of he's in the Epstein files. There's nothing. It's just speculation. Like I said, it's only speculation, people. So having the ex-president say that Trump, right? Trump's not a part of it. Maybe he's trying to protect himself. Maybe he's trying to protect himself for some reason, right? By saying, yo, he's not a part of it. So what do people believe now? What's the new conspiracy going to be? What is the new conspiracy? Well, I'm going to tell you this. It could be a conspiracy that Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, right? That they're not together. They're not together. Because it doesn't make, if they were together, both of their stories should kind of come together. Because she's saying, and she's not saying this, in a way, she's kind of saying his name, but she's basically saying that Trump is in the files, tons of the files, but there's no evidence of that. And then her husband, who should be the supporter of her, is saying, yo, guess what? Trump is not a part of this. Trump is not a part of this whole thing. So what are they trying to do? What are they saying? What are they saying? They're back and forth. She believes he's guilty. The husband is saying another thing. So I'm guessing there's more to Bill Clinton, and there's something he is protecting. If you believe Trump is a part of this, and you thought that Bill Clinton was going to rat and say, oh, yes, Donald Trump is the man who I saw at parties and he was doing a whole bunch of things, because on social media, A lot of people thought that was going to happen, didn't you? Right? Didn't you guys think that? Distractions to keep you looking at Trump. Yes, yes, it could be. Distractions to keep looking at Trump. You're right. I have to admit, as much as people hate Trump and they hate the MAGA movement, it is a big distraction to keep looking at Trump. Thanks for that, Digital Warrior. That makes kind of sense. And people say, what are you talking about? A distraction? It is a distraction because we're not looking at the other billionaires. The billionaires who was a part of this whole thing, all the other rich men who was a part of this whole thing, all these other industry people who was a part of this whole thing. All we're talking about is Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump. That's it. All they're talking about is Donald Trump. Even if Donald Trump was guilty, just say they found something on Donald Trump. Just say they found something on Donald Trump. Is Donald Trump the only guy? Just say they did find something on Donald Trump. Is he the only guy? You guys gotta look at it. Yo, man, common sense. Even if Donald Trump was in the files and they had some evidence, are they gonna stop at Donald Trump? No, you couldn't. And there's no evidence anyways. Right? So it is a distraction. But I keep bringing up Donald Trump's name, it's a big distraction, people. And people are gonna say, you're crazy. Donald Trump's guilty. What are you talking about? He's in the Epstein files. Weren't they released to the public? Didn't Donald Trump release these files himself? Common sense. If he's behind releasing the files, why would he incriminate himself? Right? You guys hate him that much that you think he's that stupid to incriminate himself and release the files? No charge to anybody. You're right. There's no charges, but there is Trump. Yeah, there's no charges to anybody. They tried to charge Andrew King, whatever, Prince Andrew in the UK, and they released him. The only one charge was Ghislaine Maxwell and the person who's deceased. That's the only ones who ever been charged. But Bill Clinton and his wife, I don't think they're together. I think that they don't like each other, right? Newark, New Jersey, exactly, bro. I think they're not together. I think they have to keep this, what it's called, public relations. And that could even be with other presidents like Obama and his wife. I think they're not really together, people. Elon played them into making the law release the files. Yes, Elon's behind it. He's laughing. He's like, ha, 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 ha. He's laughing, right? But what I'm saying now, guys, I'm trying to clarify this for some people who don't understand that Bill just announced, I don't know if it's a rumor, that Trump's not a part of this. So that means his wife, who hates Trump, what is she saying? She's basically wanting Trump to be investigated. So does that make sense if they're together? Correct me if I'm wrong. But Elon is in them also. I haven't seen anything on Elon Musk. And you know what? I'm not saying he cannot be, but when Mr. What's his name again? Epstein was around, Elon was really not known. Elon was really not known. Not saying he can't be behind the scenes, but you never know with Elon. You never know. He's filthy rich. He's one of those guys. He's one of those guys in the billionaire club, right? So you never know what anything could be possible. But right now, the confusion is that the Clintons are not agreeing. They're not seeing eye to eye. She spent like hours getting, and she had to ask questions yesterday. Today, he has to answer a lot of questions, and it doesn't come together properly like a puzzle. They're both, she threw him under the bus. I don't know if you guys heard. She said, ask him. When they're asking certain questions, oh, he knows Elon. I swear she said he knows Elon Musk. I swear she said he knows Elon Musk. Bill. And after that, now Bill Clinton saying, yo, Trump wasn't a part of anything, right? That's what he's saying. But Elon is in them also, bro. I don't know. I'm not going to say that because people been saying Jay-Z was part of it, all these famous people, and no Jay-Z, no nobody, right? like you were saying, they said Trump is a distraction. He's famous. Let's get to the billionaire people who own minerals and all of that shit, and let's see who they are. Like Prince Andrew wasn't good enough because he's not a singer, or he's not known in America as much. Prince Andrew, this man who's part of the royal family, we should be talking about him still. That man was Elon's good friend. Don't forget, people, that guy was Elon's closest friend. Prince Andrew, who got stripped of his royal titles, right? Elon was invited to a party. He declined and emailed someone isn't guilt. Whoopi, who is in there. Yeah, he said about Whoopi too. See, this is the thing. We got to be careful about this, people. The celebrities, everybody wants the celebrity. I done my research, and there's tons of people you don't know who are real powerful people, way more than Whoopi, they're not bringing up. So even if there's some of these celebrities involved, these real wealthy people are laughing because they're saying, yes, yes, let them talk about all these celebrities. Meanwhile, I escape and go to some place where you cannot even find them, right? So the celebrities, even if the celebrities are part of it, they're a small piece. They don't want to lock up people who are responsible for industries, right? So what's going on? Bill has cleared Trump. What do you guys think about that? He's cleared Trump. So-called enemy, so-called rivals. He cleared Trump. Says, "Oh, Trump, he's not a part of this." Why? Why is he saying this? And why is the wife not agreeing basically with her husband? So somebody's lying. Somebody's lying, people. Bring up the likes, please. Subscribe if you can. Somebody is lying. And I want to know. Keep Whoopi out of this. Yes. No, come on, Whoopi. I heard what she said. I heard what she was saying, right? And it made sense, right? Some of these people were invited probably to like parties, and maybe they didn't go. Emails. There's some of this stuff is kind of bull too in the files. Not everything is how what we think it is, right? Some of the stuff is just, oh, he wanted to meet with this person, or maybe he was trying to invite this person and they did not come. Remember, they're all wealthy people. So it's like if you all are part of this club, right? I'm not saying they're all going to Epstein doing dirty shit, but they're all in this rich club. They're all gonna see each other somehow, someplace at some place where they all eat, right? People, please subscribe, bring up the likes if you can. And she split the country and the reason. Listen, there's a whole bunch of people who are not in the country. What about Steven Seagal? You know about Steven Seagal? He's hiding in Russia right now because of alleged sexual assault he has done. That's why he's in Russia. Do you guys know that? A big star. Russell Simmons not returning to America because of some type of same thing accusation. So Bill Clinton today, updating you people, right? Much respect, Schizo Beats. Bill Clinton today came out and cleared Trump, man. He cleared him. I don't know who's been talking to him, but he cleared him out. And I don't know if that's rumor, but I swear I heard that he said Bill Clinton wasn't a part of, Trump wasn't a part of this. So Trump likes that. Trump is saying, you know what? I'll back off of Bill. Bill is a good guy. Bill said I'm not a part of it, but the wife, yo, Bill, if your wife is still with you, she's going to divorce your ass over this. If she is still with you, because if you seen Hillary Clinton yesterday, she was angry. This lady, she was mad. She didn't like what she was getting asked about. Aliens too. They brought up aliens. That's a funny thing. They brought up UFOs and they brought up Pizzagate. Do you guys hear this? People, please subscribe. Bring up the likes if you're in the chat. Right? Um, they brought up UFOs and they brought up Pizzagate. They were talking about UFOs to her, and she thought this was a clown show. Are they going to ask Bill Clinton about the aliens too, or the UFOs and the Pizzagate? Right? I want to know, are they going to ask Bill Clinton about he was the president. He's the president. So I'm waiting for that question too, because they asked Hillary about it. They asked Hillary, they said, hey, besides all of this Epstein stuff, Did you see any alien? Like they're asking her about UFOs. Did you guys take that in? Did you guys take that in? They're saying the Epstein files are linked to UFOs. The UFOs. Do you guys know what Pizzagate is? I could tell you what Pizzagate is. Some people don't know what Pizzagate is. It is basically alleged that in Washington they had a child sex ring going on through a pizzeria. A child sex ring in Washington going through a pizzeria. That's what Pizzagate is. And pizza is a code word which is found in the Epstein files 911 times, right? And 911 times, pizza means underage young girl. That's what pizza means. And that word is really a nasty word. There's a whole bunch of code words which they have in the emails of what they say predators use. And I heard about this pizza stuff a long time, even before this Epstein shit. I heard about this pizza stuff. It's kind of sick. You get what I mean? It's kind of sick, but pizza is a code for young girls, and it's 911 times in the emails. So right now, they asked her that about Pizzagate. They asked Hillary about that. I want to know if they're going to ask Clinton about that. Are they going to ask Clinton? Because Clinton, he's guilty of two things: cheating on his wife. And yesterday, they asked about the pictures. They asked her about, what about those pictures with your husband with these these girls? She kind of was like stuck. She was like, she didn't want to. I don't even know if she even answered that really, right? Or is she gonna say it was AI? Is she gonna say it's AI? People, bring up the likes if you can, and support the platform. Big things are coming soon. But yeah, Bill Clinton, he sold out his wife, man. He sold out his wife. What else did he say? Because it keeps updating. This man is talking right now. He's been talking. You know how much hours they had his wife yesterday in for? From 11:30 a.m. to 5, almost to this time, to 5:30 or so. Now, they're saying they're going to ask Clinton more questions. They're saying they're going to ask Mr. Clinton way more questions for longer hours, but could he take it? You know what they want? They want him to screw up because he's old right now. You could see that. I don't know if he's senile and stuff. So they want Clinton to screw up and say, oh, yes, yes, I remember I was with this girl. Oh, yes, I remember I was whatever. So that's what they want him to do. This rascal idiot black judge smoking good weed and crack. Montreal, Quebec, bless up for the chat, man. Bless up for the chat. But that's what's going on. Bill Clinton is not with his wife. I guaranteed, I'm calling it right now. You're going to hear that him and that woman broke up. Maybe not now. Maybe a year from now, you're going to hear that they're not together. Big up to Montreal. Yes, you're going to hear that they're not together. 100%. You're going to hear that they're not together because it's not, two of their stories is not matching up. Two of their stories is against each other. She's saying yesterday, hey, look for the people in the Republican Party. Look for them. They're the ones, right? The Department of Justice. You know who that is? Pam Bondi, the blonde girl. Pam Bondi, she's talking about. Department of Justice. Look for them. And I know she wants to talk about the FBI director, Kash Patel. I know she wants to say something about him because he's Trump's boy. But Bill is playing it carefully. He was the president. He's saying, no, man, no. Trump, I see what this guy's on. I'm not going to say nothing about that man. Because if I say anything about that man, they might dig up some more shit, more stuff on me. And there is stuff on Clinton from the past. Alberta proud, but Montreal's much respect to everybody, man, tapping in from Canada and America, but and all over the world. It's down to earth. Bring up the likes if you can, everybody in the chat. Support the platform. But it's going on. They're gonna divorce. I called it. I put a bet. You know what? And I'm gonna give it about a year. And a year from now, if they're not divorced and shit, I'm gonna give away something on here. A good prize. I'm gonna give away some merch and some whatever you guys want. I'm gonna give out maybe something. I'm putting a bet on it because This man is basically on the Republican side. You don't know who's who anymore, right? It was a whole bunch of Democrats who forced them to go. I hope you guys know. It was some Democrats who forced Clinton and his wife to go do this whole thing, right? Bill will use the same out Biden did. Yeah, you're right. He's going senile right now. You seen him yesterday, the video when he's going to, I guess, support his wife. First his wife walks in, and then he walks in like he's senile, like he's looking in the glass. Like he was playing that role, like, oh, he's looking in the glass. So you know what? People are gonna say, you can't listen to Bill because he's not in the right head. So that's the reverse psychology. They're gonna say, you know what? Bill said Trump is not guilty. He's not in the right head. So now people are going to say we can't listen to Bill because Bill is not in his right mind. That's what they're going to say. You can't listen to Bill Clinton. What do you guys think about that? That's what they're going to put. They're going to say he's crazy. He's gone out of his rockers and stuff like that. But he's the one through his mouth, and there's more stuff coming. There's more. I want to know how he's getting out of the situation with these plane logs, like the 27 plane flights and visiting all these different countries. And the big kicker is this: the donation to the Clinton Foundation. That's a big kicker. Referendum 2026. So there's a sacrificing and hanging up the fruit right now. Yes, I want to know how they're going to get out of the situation, the Clintons, of the donations from Epstein. How are they getting out of that? How are they going to get out of that situation? That's what I want to know. Is it going to be? It's going to be nasty, people. It's going to get real nasty because he's saying he has no part of this, Mr. Clinton. So is he forgetting about the donations? Is he forgetting all about those donations his organization got when he was whatever Epstein gave the money? And he's trying to say he did. This is what Hillary's saying. She did not know about the criminal record, the record of Epstein. She had no idea. That's what she's saying. She had no idea of it. I don't believe that. That's a lie. That's a lie. After 2008, you did not know anything. After 2008, you didn't know anything. Somebody who's in politics, somebody who knows a whole bunch of like things more than the average citizen. You didn't know about this guy, right? So Trump is covering his ass because he's saying he admit this. This is the reverse psychology Trump put out. I was friends with this guy, but when 2000 came, I cut him off. So he's saying he cut him off before they found that he was doing all this nasty shit. That's what Trump's saying. He cut Epstein off before he was doing. And this is another thing no one's bringing up. That's why I know some people do hate on Trump, right? Trump said he reported to the police or law enforcement that this guy was doing some dirty shit. No one's talking about that. I'm not biased at all. Someone has to take the fall and protect the upper echelon. Yes. But do people remember that Trump mentioned it, or somebody mentioned that he actually reported Mr. Epstein? So even if Trump is guilty, just say Trump has some guilt on him. He was trying to clean himself up from a long time ago, people. And people, bring up the likes and please subscribe if you can. It's getting hot. So after Clinton, this is the thing, because behind the scenes they're talking. After Clinton, who else will there be? We still didn't get no arrest. No one is locked up. No one is locked up. You got to look on it. There's no other people who's been locked up. All this talk about Epstein files for the last couple months, like what been brought up again, no arrest. No one's locked up. Because the people who are really, who should be locked up, guess where they are? Overseas. The people who should be locked up are overseas. They're not all Americans. They're not all celebrities. Some of them are kings, right? Some of them are royalty. Some of them are these big billionaires who own the industry. You know what Pam Bondi said? She says if we were to investigate all the people in the files, the system will fall apart. The system. So she basically, remember, they said they put it on her desk, the files, right? She said the system would fall apart if they were to like arrest everybody. So what? You protecting pedophiles then? You guys have to look on this stuff, man. The whole pattern. It's not even before this whole Epstein stuff. I'm gonna bring it back to these other guys, like R. Kelly. Not saying he ain't guilty, and like Puffy. You never hear about anybody else getting arrested but the famous people. You don't hear about this any security or the staff or anybody else who's been locked up. It's only people who are publicly known, right? People, please subscribe. Bring up the likes if you can. No cursing in here. If you don't know, you probably knew YouTube blocks cursing. Okay? So bring up the likes and please subscribe. So if you want to debate, do it cleanly and I'll respond to you. But what's going on right now is the Clintons don't agree with each other. The Clintons are at war with each other. Pam Bondi never said that. What she never? She said, "What do you mean she never said that?" Clarify it. She said that the stuff is on her desk. That was weeks ago. The files are on her desk. What did Pam Bondi not say? I want to know. Tell me what she has not said, because I follow this inside out. Tell me what she hasn't said. Bless up to everybody. Please subscribe. Bring up the likes, people. We're talking about Mr. Bill Clinton. It's his day. Today is his day. And how much hours do you guys think they're investigating him, or is an investigation? They're questioning him. How much hours? Because uh, his wife was investigating. Well, they asked her a whole bunch of questions for hours, basically the whole day, like over 6 hours or so, the whole day. And they're saying they're going to question Bill Clinton even longer, right? And I guarantee he gets frustrated. That man's getting frustrated. He's old right now. He's frustrated probably when they're asking him questions. What about that picture, Bill? What about the picture? You and that girl in that picture. Yo, they asked Hillary that and she froze kind of. She froze. The girl's on the man's lap. The girl's on Bill's lap. And I think there's more than one picture. So where were you, Bill? Is that AI? What were you doing, Bill, with these girls on your lap? You're married. That's what's catching it. That's what's hitting. People are wondering, wait, you're married, but you have these girls on your lap and there's pictures, and now it's getting exposed. You're married. You know what happened? People, I told you this. They probably were, since the Monica Lewinsky situation and the other lady, they were done. They were just showing us like they're together for years. They must be done. That's why when people asked her that question about the girls on his lap, it was like nothing. You guys got to think of it. Make it make sense. If you're married to somebody, right? You're a man and vice versa, and there's a picture, and you see a lady on your husband or vice versa, lap. What are you gonna say? You're gonna say that's all good? Oh, I was at a party and this girl just came on my lap and there's more than one picture. So that's why there's the split of what she said yesterday, Hillary, and what he said today, Bill. I guarantee after Bill is finished, we won't hear it. They probably, I don't know if they're sharing the same home still, but they communicate. There will be a whole bunch of cursing from Hillary, like, what the F are you saying, Bill? You're saying that Trump he's not a part of it? Are you crazy? Are you dumb? That's what she's probably saying. Did you take your medicine and shit like that? Like, you're saying that he's not part of it, even if there's no evidence. There's no evidence Trump is part of this. But the point is, she's an enemy. She doesn't like him. So she wants him to be out. She wants him to suffer and stuff. She wants Trump to suffer because she hates him. So by Bill helping by saying, hey, yo, you know what? Trump is innocent, man. He's not part of this. So is it perjury? What's going on? Who's lying? Are they telling the truth? Clinton was a protector of the legacy and the rich and the rich taste in the young. Listen, you're right. Whatever's going on, I just want to know why all of a sudden the man who is and like he's protecting Trump, or is he being honest? Do you guys believe Clinton? One in the chat if you believe what Clinton is saying. Two in the chat if no. One in the chat if you believe in Clinton, what he's saying. Two, no. Be honest, man, because this is gonna. More stories are coming up after tonight, tomorrow. More stories are gonna come up. It's gonna be circulating. A whole bunch of stories are gonna be circulating. A lot of stories are circulating, man. I talked about this pizza stuff. It's disgusting. Someone told me about frizzle drip, and I remember seeing something about that years ago. I didn't pay attention to it, where they accuse Hillary Clinton of doing some crazy types of stuff with some aide, her aide, right? They accused her of doing a lot of dirty stuff. I heard for years the conspiracies as that she's part of a secret society, her and Bill Clinton, and how she was sacrificing and eating babies and a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I've been hearing it way before all of this Epstein shit. People been talking about it. People talk about Obama. All these people are known people. We're not talking about other presidents. We're not talking about other royalty. The other day, they arrested a guy. UK arrested the whatever, the ex prince, and they released him. And he actually is the closest to Epstein than all these guys. They have evidence of this man sleeping at Epstein's house. Prince Andrew, right? That's the king's brother of the. If you guys don't know, that's the king in the UK's brother, the queen's son who was alive, right? He is in a whole bunch of documents with Epstein. It was a link to that the Guthrie girl, the girl who died. I mean, committed suicide, right? There's records of court stuff with them, and that he paid off. They're saying he paid her off. So no one wants to talk about these people because they're old and they're boring. They're not Hollywood, so who gives a frig about them? But these are the individuals who are the nasty, nasty people, right? So remember what they charged Epstein with. I think people are going away from the main story. They charge Epstein with prostitution and trafficking. Prostitution and trafficking. So they're trying to find out who witnessed the prostitution and the trafficking and who was involved. So that's what they're asking Hillary and her husband. Have you guys witnessed everything? And she basically came out, no, I didn't. I don't know Epstein. I never met Epstein. She knows Epstein, but she said she never met him. She knows Maxwell. And she kind of said, oh, for the wedding, her daughter, Chelsea Clinton, that it was somebody they invited. And when they invited that person, they invited Maxwell. And then she goes, you guys could go back and look on social media or somewhere. And then she says something else. She changes up her mouth. And this is what makes her look really bad, them both bad. She changes up her mouth. And this is what she says. She says, we were acquaintances. Casual acquaintances, meaning not just one meeting, a couple of meetings. Casual acquaintances, not just one meeting, a couple of meetings. So you knew who Maxwell was. You knew who Maxwell was. I don't know if the FBI or whoever's investigating is not seeing that she tripped up on her words. First, she said she had nothing to, she don't know Maxwell, right? Really. And after she's saying it was a casual acquaintance. So the only thing what's going to protect Hillary is because she's a politician, or she's in some type, And after Bill is clearing Trump, the MAGA man. Bill is saying, "Oh, he's all good, people. He didn't do nothing, man. He didn't do nothing." But will Bill give up some other people? People, please subscribe. Bring up the likes if you can. Right? Will Bill give up other people? That's the question. Will Bill give up anybody else? But you notice some people who they want to be a part of this are not in this. Like the people who they chart, like Puffy, he never been to the Epstein Island. His name's not in there, right? Who else was there? Um, Weinstein, who was charged for real and took in pictures with Epstein. I never heard nothing about them bringing him up anymore. Who else? There's a couple other people we're forgetting who they brought up, and you don't hear anything. Is the funniest story was the Jay-Z thing. The funniest story, and he quieted that down. He must have had his lawyers in the back of the scenes to quiet people down. No more Jaguar Wright. She said she was going to give me the evidence. She said, I got to call her out back. Jaguar Wright, you told me after your post, I respond, that you were going to give me the evidence of Jay-Z with the Epstein files. Where is it? I'm waiting. I invited you. I'm inviting you on. You ran away from the question. Where's Jay-Z? This is what I'm trying to say. A lot of people, famous people, they just want to know. Everybody on social media is obsessed with these celebrities, and they're not the big fish. The big fish. Okay, guess who comes out recently? This is funny. As we're talking about Bill Clinton, because this guy supported Bill Clinton. Gates, the ex-richest man in the world, Bill Gates, right? They brought him up, and he has pictures with Epstein. He basically admitted he regret taking any pictures. He regret having dinner with him because people accuse Bill Gates of sleeping with prostitutes, what was provided by Epstein. You know what he came out recently and said, and it's going over people's heads recently, right? It's going over people's heads. You know what he said? He admitted sleeping with Russian women, these Russian women. That's why his wife divorced him. He just admitted sleeping with these, I guess they were prostitutes or escorts. He just came out just 2 days ago and said, hey, you know what? I did sleep with these girls. So why is he admitting it? You guys have to look on it. Why all of a sudden he's saying it? Because he doesn't want them to bring his ass to the same court where or whatever to testify like what's going on now. I want to hear Bill Gates' story because he just admit that he did sleep with some Russian woman. Who supplied him? Who supplied him? And remember, guys, you have to remember this. If they're not underage. So even Epstein was um, doing stuff with older women, right? So they're not underage. So we might hear those stories of the older ladies. We haven't heard that yet. We're just talking about underage, right? So it's possible that he did get these ladies, this connection, these Russian connection from Epstein, but he's not saying that yet. He's not saying that at all yet. But did you guys hear that? Remember, Gates supported the Clintons a lot. I remember. I have good memory, man. Bill Gates supported the Democrats and supported them a lot. Right? Rich man. Right? Epstein, rich man. They're all in the club. They're all in the club. So right now, Bill Gates has cleared himself. He has cleared himself so far. What do you guys think, people? Bring up the likes if you can, everybody in the chat. All 25 so far in the chat. Bring up the likes. It helps the platform, trust me. Helps the algorithm. But yes, Bill Gates, he came out saying, yeah, he slept with these Russian women. There's the conspiracy that he caught some disease, some STD. I don't know if that's true. That there's a conspiracy out there, been around for a good long time, that he caught some STDs and he admitted it. Now, will Bill Clinton admit it? I think Bill Clinton should just come clean, man. Come clean like you came clean with Monica. Did he come clean with Monica Lewinsky? I think so. Maybe, I think so. Did he? That's why his wife, ever since that happened, she was shamed. She was shamed. She was hurt from those times. From those times, she never believed in him, right? And that is going over people's heads too with Clinton. Can you trust what Clinton says? Because he lied to his wife. He was with another woman. He was with other women, people. So could you trust that? That's my question. But the big blockbuster the big shocker for a lot of people, I'm going to say, is the support of Donald Trump coming from Clinton. And I remember hearing earlier too, Donald Trump was saying, you know what? I think I made a mistake bringing up Clinton. That was like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. I think I made a mistake bringing up Clinton, but he hates his wife, right? They all liars. You're right, Schizo Beats. He hates his wife, man. Bill's wife is the number one enemy for Donald. He hates the wife. He kind of likes maybe Clinton. Why does he like Clinton? Because Clinton cheated on his wife. Isn't that something they have in common? Donald Trump had, how much wives did Donald Trump have? Obviously cheated. He obviously cheated. That's why he had so much different wives. Right? People, please subscribe. Bring up the likes if you can to the Down to Earth Network. Yes. So news is coming out now. This is fresh news. This is new news right now. So what else did he say? Do you guys have the updates? You guys could tell me if you know. Schizo Beats, do you know the update of what's going on? Meanwhile, I'm on here. You know what's been going on with Bill? Do you know about him clearing up Trump? Because that's the story. He's cleared up Trump, man. And people are gonna say conspiracy. Oh, he's with Trump and stuff like that. So that's why he's saying that Trump is not he's innocent. He's with him. So my thing is, and I'm saying it right now, he's not with his wife then. If he's with Trump, he definitely ain't supporting his wife. He's not supporting his wife. He's not doing a good job but he's not doing a good job. And if they really are together, you're sleeping in the bed by yourself. Clinton, man. Clinton. And they're probably grilling him right now. Or maybe it's finished. They said it's going to be longer than Hillary. And of course they want it to be longer. They want to grill him. Of course they want it to be longer. Hillary was about 7 hours or something like that. Imagine. And they said this video, they're not going to release it yet. Why? They're going to, edit it? It makes sense. You can't watch 7 hours? Will you guys watch 7 hours of Hillary talking? Will you guys watch 7 hours or 8 hours of Bill Clinton talking? Let me know in the chat. Would you? It's House of Cards, Power Moves. Yes. It is Power Moves. Are you guys going to watch 7 hours of talking? Because she said it was repetitive. Oh, they kept asking her the questions over and over. Imagine for hours. Hillary, do you know Epstein? Hillary, do you know Epstein? No. Hillary, did you ever been around Epstein? No. Have you ever been at the store with any store with Epstein? No. Have you been at a restaurant with Epstein? That's how it was going. They were like, keep asking her questions. She's saying it was repetitive, but they kept probably asking her a lot of details. Maybe they done their surveillance and maybe they got some type of witnesses that she was at this restaurant with Epstein and she was over here with Epstein and she was over there with Epstein, and they want her to lie, like get her lying, perjury, right? She said she never met him. That's her main thing. Hillary never met him. Bill, I don't think he said he never met Epstein. He cannot say that. Bill Clinton cannot say he never met Epstein, because that would be the biggest damn lie, and that means all those pictures been AI years ago. So you're saying all those pictures, what he done, what we see on social media, which some could be AI, but a lot of them are old pictures with Bill Clinton. And the ones that are the most incriminating is the girls on the lap. The girl on the lap, you see it all covered like this. Their face is covered and the girl's on the lap. That's what you see. So it's crazy that he's saying he's not a part of anything. So what is that? Where were you, at a strip club, Bill? What were you doing with these girls on your lap? Heads have rolled and they're giving up the low fruit, protecting their bankers. You're right. They're protecting the real money, man. And people, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff, right? Yes, they're protecting the bankers. They're protecting the real money. That's who it is. That's why we hear about all these celebrities. That's why the only reason you're hearing about all these celebrities, people, is because that's the distraction from the real money, the distraction from the gold and everything. And people, yes, support the platform, Down to Earth Network. Anybody who's watching on here, please bring up the likes, yo. But yes, more is to come. More is to come. And it's going viral, people. You could go look yourself on Instagram right now. You could go on another channel and see what they're talking about if these guys really are doing their research. I know I've been doing my research for a long time, so no one can't fool me. I'm not getting my information just off of social media. I'm getting info from a long time ago. Even I'm talking when I was almost in high school when this guy was a president. You get what I mean? When this guy was the president, I was always into this politics shit and studied this shit, right? We're doing damage. I've been knowing about, see, this is nothing new to me. Before Instagram, before YouTube, right? There's something called reasoning. Me and my pops and older gentlemen would talk about politics and the world. So I knew about a lot of this shit was going on from 1995, 96. A long time. Bill Clinton, I never trusted him. Don't you know that these guys made laws to imprison a lot of black men? Do you know when that's what his campaign was on, Bill Clinton? To imprison a lot of black men in America? That's what his campaign was, to become the president, right? And then every people, oh, he's the first black president. And a lot of idiots, because he's democratic, saying, oh, he's for the minorities and for the black people. That's what he fooled a lot of you. He didn't give a shit about no black people. So you can't trust a person like this when he's talking. So maybe, right, it might come back that people are saying, oh, you can't trust Clinton talking about Trump. You can't trust him saying that Trump wasn't a part of anything. You can't trust him. That's what people are going to say. You can't, well, how could you listen to that? What do you guys think? I want honest opinion. Don't be scared. You know what, though? I should say, if you're American, you should be scared, though. If you are American, honest, I'll give you guys a pass. You should be scared right now. Anybody around the world, you don't give a shit. But if you're American, you should be scared. You know why? Because your freedom of speech is gone. You guys have no more freedom of speech. Updating you, I'm telling you, no more freedom of speech. It's thrown out the window. So if you talk about Mr. Trump, you talk about anything about the government right now, you're marked. So I understand. You guys are scared to talk. Right, Schizo Beats? You know what I'm saying. They're scared to talk. Some of the MAGA guys are brave. So right now, MAGA, you got one. You got Bill Clinton supporting your guy. Bill Clinton supports MAGA. He says he's not a part of it. He's not a part of it. So how much times do you guys got to hear that even if you want Trump to be guilty, how much times you got to hear that Trump's been exonerated? How much times you got to hear about that he's the one who released the files to the public? What do you guys want? What do you guys want? Right? There's 34 charges against the man, Mr. Trump, and nothing happened. Like I told people, I've been even doing debates with my own father about this shit because I know my pops hates Trump. And guess what? I don't want to be biased, right? Trump does a lot of bullshit stuff, but some stuff I respect him on this. And some people say, I'm going to get it for this. I respect Trump on this. He's more honest than any other president I ever seen. Trump is more honest. Not say he doesn't lie, but at least he's giving you what's on his mind. He's telling you, even if it doesn't sound right, he's telling you how he feels. If he doesn't like this certain people, he's saying he doesn't like them. Did you see what he said in his friggin' speech or whatever he had the other day, addressing the nation, how he talked. He didn't give a damn what he was saying, right? He didn't care what he was saying. So Trump is saying, let's go past this. Let's go past this. We need to talk about aliens and UFOs and stuff. So this is what's hitting people the most, people. Are they going to, I don't know if this is going to hit you. I'm going to tell you this, what's coming. Are they going to ask Bill Clinton about UFOs? Because they asked his wife, and she said, this is a clown show. She said, this is a clown show. They're asking me about, this is supposed to be the Epstein files, and you're asking me about X files and conspiracies? So I'm waiting for them to ask Bill that. I guarantee Bill's gonna come out of, he's gonna like get out of character. Like, what are you asking me? Because people want to know. People are more interested in these X files, these aliens, extraterrestrials, and UFOs more than these filthy rich men who done dirt with Epstein. People rather hear about the alien stuff. That's the distraction, right? I don't know. That was something what she was kind of angry with all of a sudden. She didn't like that they were asking her about alien UFOs. So they're saying that the UFO stuff is in the Epstein files. I'm gonna just play the devil's advocate that the UFO stuff, if it says UFO in Epstein files, that was just a code word for something what they do. Could mean the island. It could be a code word. UFO could be a code word. Pizza is a code word. That's why they brought up Pizzagate. That's a big conspiracy thing. They brought up Pizzagate. So UFO could be just a code word. You get what I'm saying? It could just be a code word. So they're going to ask Mr. Bill about it. Do you guys believe in Bill Clinton when he says Trump is not a part of it? Honestly, do you guys believe it? The MAGA people, he's losing some of his MAGA people. Some of the Republicans, he's losing some of that support. Some of the Democrats, what's going to be the new party of America? Because it's messed up now. Like, is there a new party forming we don't know about going on? Because you got the Democrats pushing Hillary to testify, and she didn't want to testify, and pushing Bill Clinton to testify with Republicans together. And the other day, Republicans and Democrats came together to vote against the tariffs against Trump. So what's cooking up? I know what it is. It's to me, and it could be a conspiracy. It's this NWO stuff. NWO. If you don't know, look it up. That's what's going on. So the next big thing to distract you all, I'm gonna hit you before it comes out, and it'll be breaking news, and I'll be on here when it comes. The next big thing to hit everybody, meanwhile all of this is going on, is you're gonna hear about an attack overseas in Iran. And when that happens, right? When that happens, all this Epstein stuff will be thrown out. All this investigation will be thrown out to the garbage. Remember what I said. Soon as they attack that place, he's ready. They're all there. They're ready to go. They're ready and loaded to go. You know what they're waiting for? They're waiting for some more bull to happen in Iran. So that's the next thing what's coming up. The biggest distraction is war. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. There's all the time they do it. So that's what's coming up. That's the biggest distraction. The war is coming. They already took over a country. America already took over a country, and no one's talking about it. You guys realize that? They took over Venezuela. There's a new president there. I didn't know that. How did that happen? I didn't even hear no elections get promoted. How did that happen? Right? So that I'm giving you an example of the distraction. So Mr. Bill is on the hot seat today. Bill Clinton's on the hot seat. Much respect, Schizo Beats. Bill Clinton is on the hot seat. So people are calling for Trump to testify. They want Mr. Trump to testify. He said weeks ago he would testify. Do you really want Trump to testify? You guys want Trump to testify? I think he wants to testify, eh? He's just waiting. He's laughing. He's like, holy shit, oh, this is all happening. He wants to testify. He cleared himself already. You know what's gonna happen when Trump testifies? He's gonna call people out. He's gonna say, yeah, I used to see this guy at the party. I used to see this guy at the party and that guy at the party. And I remember Epstein, I warned the law enforcement about him. He's gonna call everybody out. I saw all these guys at the parties. So do you guys want I want to see Trump testify. I want to see Mr. Trump testify. That's going to be interesting. He's going to be rapping to all of the people. For real. He's going to be spitting some lyrics if he testifies. But guess what? Who's going to make him? He has the power. Like, do people forget he's the president? The FBI is with him. All these people are mostly with him. So he's going to testify if asked, because if he doesn't, he looks guilty. He will fit the narrative of the whole conspiracy. Think of it. Think of it, man. You think he's going to say, no, I'm not going to testify? Think of it. People are going to say, oh, he's going to, oh, he testifies. He's guilty. He's part of the trial, so he's guilty. Come on, man. People, please subscribe. Bring up the likes if you can. Bring up the likes, man. Support the platform. So a lot of crazy stuff is going on right now. It's like a movie. That's what's going on. It's like a real movie going on in America. We're witnessing history right now. And like I said, they have took away the freedom of speech from Americans. Right? Around the world, certain people are trying to follow, or America is trying to follow. Let me put it like that. UK has done certain things. They have arrested, they had locked up people for putting their opinions on social media post. People have been locked up. So that's what's going on too with America. Like I said, TikTok, I said it maybe 20 times to people. And like I said, this is proof that people are brainwashed. So right now, there's some people who don't even care about what's going on with the Epstein files. I tell you that. There's people who don't give a damn about what's going on with Epstein files. But guess what? You should care because it's children. It's children who, some of them are adults now, but it was children that were getting abused. And just Epstein is just one example. He's just one guy. There's many Epsteins. There's hundreds of Epsteins. Imagine. There's hundreds of them. It's just you don't know about them. There's tons of them. All these men who are going to these parties, who are supporting them, it's a gang of them. But you'll never, this is the scary thing. You're never going to know because all you care about is the celebrities. All right? Isn't it? Am I not saying facts? Thank you for discussing this. Yes, all people care about is the celebrities. And I remember years ago, I had an interview with a lady, respect to the artist, I won't say her name, and she was talking about this years ago. And I was wondering, like, I know, yeah, missing children. I used to go to grocery stores, see posters of missing children. You don't see that anymore and stuff. And I'm saying, where are these children, man? For years they've been missing. I remember watching Unsolved Mysteries. For years, these children who's taking these children? And we're thinking it's like aliens or some mystery, or it's just like some crazy man has taken and kidnapped these kids off of the street. No, it was some organized trafficking been going on from the 80s, if not before that. We just didn't know, right? We just didn't know. Unsolved Mysteries, yes. Correct me if I'm wrong. They used to be on milk cartons, missing children, milk cartons. And check this. This is what makes it even more. This is the evidence of the whole thing. There's been certain cases that they have found some of these people who've been missing for like 20 years. And when they find them, and if they talk to them, they've been prostituted. People have been doing something to the brain. It's like they lost their memory, some of their memory, and they find them on the street somewhere or something like that. So that's evidence of trafficking going on from way back, way before the internet was really even big, right? And I believe that, yes, way before the internet was big, it's been going on. Okay, even in America, and there's a lot of children being missing every day. But the ones who they said Epstein was going for, and this is relation with Mr. Bill Clinton because they're trying to accuse him of doing nastiness too, right? They're saying that he went for people who the parents didn't care about. They're like, street kids. Not all of them. I don't believe it was all of them, but they're kids no one cared about. So that gives you some evidence, especially to the minority children, and it's even other children, but the ones who are like in the ghetto or the inner city who have broken homes. Some of them they only have one parent, and sometimes they think they ran away with a man, or even boys, or they're with their friends and shit like that. They've been finding body parts in certain places for years. Body parts, years, right? They've been finding things like that. So guess who? Guess what? It's real. It is real. And now the Pandora's box is open. So will Bill Clinton give anything valuable for all of us? Because these are the two ones who testify. We're gonna see all the conspiracies come out. All of the conspiracies come out. Are they gonna give us anything? Is people gonna get locked up? That's what I want to see. Who's getting at the end of the day? Let's lock some people up. Let's lock these people up. You have all these millions of files and no one's getting locked up. People should be frustrated. All those ladies who are adults now, they should be mad and angry because they've been saying that there's a whole bunch of people who should be locked up and no one is talking about it. You know why though? They kind of tied their hands, some of them. Some of them, they kind of tied them up. You know what? This is what the conflict is. They got money. Some of them got money. So it's like, all right, it's like this. But the picture with this guy, Bill, right? This guy, I didn't put the picture with him, with him and right. I didn't put the picture with him and the girl, but there's a picture with him and a girl, unless it's fake, right? There's a picture with him and the girl on his lap with like this, but the girl's on the lap, right? Hillary is very angry and Bill for Monica. Yeah, thank you, Queen Conic. Thank you. It's true. That's why both of their stories is kind of in a conflict now. Do you know that? There's a big conflict between them. She's saying one thing and he's saying another thing. He's supporting her enemy. He just cleared her enemy. So tonight, man, in the Clinton house, if they both live together, which I don't think so, either way on the communication, she's cursing out Bill. Again, you disappointed me, Bill. You disappointed me. You said that man is innocent. He's not a part of anything. Holy. That's what's going on because she wants Trump gone, man. Because Trump disrespected her a couple times. I've seen that. He's disrespected her. People bring up the likes, comment, all that good stuff, man. This is going to continue. But who's next? That's what I'm going to say. Who's the next people? Who's the next famous people they're going to call up? Because people want the famous people. Let's be honest. Right? Big Chill. Double tap, but yes, much respect, Big Chill. So, pure rich man devil things. That poor man have to rise still. Yes, but the rich man, where's the rich man? They got the guy in the UK the other day and then they released him. And you know what? As I do, and it's not just this situation. I learned one thing. It seems like this, and this is the world, or especially America. As long you could unalive somebody, you could do all the dirty, 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 dirty shit. As long as you have money, as long as you have money, you could get off anything. It seems like, and there's so much examples I could give you. Right? That's why they're not going for these rich, powerful men because they're saying it's a waste of time. I seen gangsters who come on podcasts, say what they've done in the past, basically killing people, and they're free. They're free. Then they haven't locked them up for 100 years, but they were doing all types of organized crime and saying they killed a whole bunch of people. They're free because of money. I seen rappers like Ti who had guns and silencers, and because he paid 100 or 200,000, he got off basically because of community service. Money. O.J. Simpson. Not saying he's fully guilty, but whatever. He was innocent. He got off because of money. The list keeps going. Puffy, he sacrificed. He's not spending a lot of time in jail. Money. He should be. You would think he would have got 20 years. They wanted him to spend half his life the rest of his life in jail. He's not going to spend a lot of time in jail. Probably in the next 2 years, maybe three, not the five. He's going to be out because of money. The list goes on. Money and influence will make you free. So Bill Clinton, he ain't going to no prison unless he lied, unless it's perjury, unless they can't get him on perjury. Because besides the Donald Trump stuff, they're asking him a lot of questions about other people. So let's see what he says about that. Speak free, like and subscribe. Much respect, man. Much respect. We get what you're saying. Political marriage, yes. I don't think they've been broken up from Monica Lewinsky times. They had to just show themselves, oh, we're together, and then they get out, they go to all these meetings and they get to do speeches. It's a brand. I'm not saying about and Obama too. It's possible they're not even together. I'm not saying they're broken up, but it's possible they're not even together too, because we've been hearing about certain things, right? So it's possible they're not together either. But the point is, they got to stick together for the brand. They got to stick together for the brand, right? Even if they don't like each other, they don't have to sleep in the same bed anymore. They don't have to love each other the same way anymore. They could just go their separate ways, right? We're jamming the word big up. Much respect, Schizo Beats. Yeah, man. The truth shall set you free, people. And I'm telling you, and I'm going to come back when it's my next episode again. What's going on with Bill? Let's see about the conspiracy theories with what's going to come out. I'm waiting for them to ask him about the UFOs. Because they asked Hillary about UFOs and she said it's a clown show. I was like, what are you guys asking me? She said at the end it became weird. They were asking me about UFOs and Pizzagate. So he's the president. He was the president. Are they going to ask him the same thing? The reason they are involved in it is because they were involved in it. There's pictures, man. And I analyze this. These people are detectives, professional law enforcement. She lied. I seen the video. About her and Maxwell. She said she doesn't know Maxwell. But the lady was at her wedding and she said it's because someone she invited her, and then she changes up and says that she was an acquaintance of Maxwell. Do they think Americans are dumb and the world is dumb not to analyze what she said? All right. Did they think? No. Do you guys hear that? Did you guys check that part? I don't know if you guys saw that when she was explaining to people about Maxwell, the connection, and how she changed up her mouth. She needs to explain herself. She needs to explain herself because they asked her, why was Maxwell at your daughter's wedding? Oh, because someone I invited her. And then she went to the public and saying that she was an acquaintance of Maxwell. Not meaning one time. When you're acquaintance, that means that's a whole bunch of times. So she lied to the people. Are they going to put her for perjury? I'm waiting. Are you guys going to lock her up for perjury? Like Maxwell got locked up for perjury, That's why Maxwell is in prison, because she lied a whole bunch of times about her connections with Epstein. That's what happened. That's why she got the 20 years. So will they give Hillary some years for lying? I'm waiting for that, right? Overstanding is a blessing. Much respect, everybody in the chat. Please subscribe, bring up the likes if you can. Are they gonna lock Hillary up? Are they gonna lock Hillary up? Because I caught her in the lie. She lied. She lied to those people. I don't know if other content makers are on social media. They're going to analyze it. What I'm saying right now, she already lied. And this is not made up shit. This is facts. You guys go search it up when she was talking, when she was talking to the public. Go search it up, people. When she's talking to the public, she lied to all of George. She tried to lie to A lot of people, not me. She can't fool me and others who are wise, right? I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Yeah. So right now, the Clintons are not together. They're angry. It doesn't make no sense. Anybody who's like a detective or analyzed the investigations is going to say, why is it that Clinton is clearing Trump? Like, why is he saying that Trump, everybody wants Trump to be involved, but he's saying, no, Trump wasn't involved? How does he know? That's another thing. Let's analyze this. Now, I'm not saying Trump's in, but how does Clinton know Trump wasn't involved? How does Clinton know Trump was involved? That's what I want to know. How does he know he wasn't involved? He said, oh, if that's true, if that's fact, or is that just social media chatter, right? How does Trump know? I mean, how does how does Mr. Clinton know Trump wasn't involved? Because that's the news story. Clinton saying that Mr. Trump was not involved. How does he know that? And then he says he had nothing to do with Epstein. I'm waiting to hear that he says he doesn't know Epstein. Do they want to go to prison? Or do they know do they have some protection we all don't know about? Much respect, Schizo. Do they have some protection? I'm thinking they probably do. Because they're caught in a lie, both of them. That's why they didn't want to testify. That's why they did not want to testify, and they were forced because they would have been held in contempt and locked up. Their ass would be locked up, but they can't get out of it. They still might get their ass locked up. The only thing what Clinton is doing, he's protecting his ass and saying, hey, Trump, I never seen nothing. I don't know anything about. He wasn't involved. He shouldn't say that. He should have said, I don't know nothing about that. All that's what you should have said. I don't know what lawyer you have, Clinton. You should have said, I don't know anything about that. You shouldn't say, oh, he wasn't involved. Say you don't know anything about that because you have no proof that Trump wasn't involved. You don't have the proof. You should have said, I don't know anything about that. I heard about it. That's how you should answer it. I heard about it, but I don't know anything about it. I'm just speculating like all the rest of the people. But then your wife, Bill, wants Trump. He's saying you guys should be asking about all the files on Trump. The Department of Justice ask about all the files on Trump. That's what she's saying, right? Yes, the saxophone man. I like what you just said, Queen. I love what you just said. He's the saxophone man. People, please subscribe. Bring up the likes if you can, man. Support the platform, man. The saxophone man. You have to remember, he was in his own media clown circus too, Clinton, cheating on his wife. So what? With Monica Lewinsky giving him head, and he tried to change that up. He went around that. We see? This is where the reverse psychology comes. Could we believe a liar in regards to Trump? You get what I mean? Like, could we believe a liar because he tried to say he didn't do nothing with Monica, but come on, you already know. He tried to say he didn't do nothing with this other lady before. Come on, you already know. And now he's saying that Trump was not a part of this. That's the kicker. That's the biggest viral stuff what's hitting all over the gram right now. I'm waiting for the next big kicker because they don't care about the billionaires who's doing all this nasty stuff. They don't. That's not important. They don't care about the all these rich men who own industries. The next thing is just UFOs. They're gonna ask, hey, what about the UFOs, Clinton? That's Trump. That's Trump saying, what about the UFOs? Trump said Ivanka, his wife, was hot and would date her. Listen, man. This is all a clown show, people, right now. This is a clown show, what's going on. Right now, I know for a fact, on especially Instagram, there's a whole bunch of narratives being cooked up right now. A whole bunch of narratives being cooked up, right? They want to know what's going on with the UFOs instead of the billionaires because we don't know who the billionaires are. right? Who owns the biggest companies? This is the thing what people should look on. Maybe I'll do the detective work. Who owns the biggest companies that Epstein was associated with? Who are the people he was doing business with? Why don't we have the list of all the people he was doing business with? Isn't that easy to figure out? The people who the man was dealing with in the business, they don't have to be all guilty, but that's the people who should be thrown into the court right now. All the people who own all these companies, right? I heard this guy Wexner or whatever his name is. He's kind of hiding and shit like that, right? Trump number one. Yeah, if you want Trump, nothing wrong with that. If you love Trump, you could love Trump, man. The files say there was a whistleblower. Yes, yes. There are data harvesting directly from the internet and getting talking points. But you know what? What I witness, people, I'm going to tell you this, right? And I've been doing this content for a while on this case. I seen it for myself. Epstein, just his name in the algorithm, especially on YouTube, they filter that shit out big. They're trying to still protect this man, even in if he's dead, so-called dead. Even in death, they're trying to protect him. I'm gonna tell you that, right? Even in death, they're trying to protect him. Sherlock Holmes, much respect, OG Kicks. I'm gonna tell you this because yesterday I done a live. I put up a picture. You know, I had to change the picture. I had to change the picture because when I looked on the live before the time, they blocked it out. I was saying, what the hell? The picture's blocked out. Maybe because how I put the picture, I'll be honest. It's probably how I put the picture, I'll be honest. But they blocked that shit out. But I've seen shit like this before. You remember Mr. Beast? You know Mr. Beast, he's another guy they don't like talking because he's the biggest. I'm digging into other ones, but Clinton is there. But you know Mr. Beast, the biggest man on YouTube has his own dirt. His friend, right? I don't think it's allegedly, was talking to minors online. His friend, the guy who was doing the show who had a sex change, right? His friend, Mr. Beast's friend. When I done that one, and I'm gonna do another one on him, they filtered that shit out 100%. I've seen it. So they are protecting these billionaires or whoever is filthy rich who's doing this nasty shit. Because when I done that story, they blocked that out. I seen it. I know the algorithms. And I'm gonna talk about that again. You guys ain't getting away with that shit. You ain't getting away with that shit. That man's friend doing all types of stuff. You never know what Mr. Beast might be behind. And censor their yes, the antagonist. Yes, my song Epstein Files is doing okay. Yeah, much respect, man. Schizo Beats a producer, man, doing the mad things. But people, please subscribe and like. Mr. Beast, he has some dirt. But let's go back to Mr. Clinton. Clinton is the biggest spotlight right now. But don't get fooled. It's part of the big distraction. It's a big distraction, people. 100%. It's a big distraction what's going on. Not a fan of the Beast, Mr. Beast. I'm not a fan of him either. I didn't know who this guy is until I heard about him from it was my daughter. Yeah. I heard about this guy from my daughter. And I said, wait a minute. Yo, you have to watch what your children are looking online on. Trust me. There's some don't I'm gonna leave that for another episode. There's some dark shit what I've witnessed. I seen it, man. You know, I seen it actually. They putting all types of messages and types of stuff, but I'll talk about that later and shit. Right? I seen it, man. I seen my daughter watching some stuff and I say, no, nope, guys, no, what is that? Take that, take that off. Right? So they're putting some nasty stuff in on the internet and stuff. You really have to censor, you really have to watch because there's actually a group of predators. There's a group, I forgot the name of it. There's a group of predators, a cult, what's online that been recruiting people and they use media to capture people. These nasty ass predators, right? Yes, we got rid of Disney and Hollywood in our house. Whew. That's hard because Hollywood is transformed into a lot of different things. Hollywood transformed into a lot of different things, and Disney, poof, that's another conspiracy. I'm gonna do an episode on Disney, man. You guys give me some ideas what you want me to talk about. I'm open mind to everything. But Mr. Bill, he's probably acting senile. People are saying we can't listen to this guy. We can't take this guy seriously what he's saying because he's not in his right mind, people. No, Trump is really part of the Epstein files. We can't listen to Bill. Bill Clinton said he wasn't part of it, but no, we cannot listen to Bill. That's what people are going to say. We cannot listen to Bill. So I know because he has a bad record. That's why he has a bad record. He has a bad record. No one trusts Bill. No one trusts him. So he lost that, right? So they're working people's reverse psychology, right? Yeah, reality TV not trustworthy. The secret rooms at Disney, the rooms where elites go only. Yep, it's not just that. There's a whole bunch of more stuff I could bring up about Disney. Some other going into the science stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff, man. Trust me. People, please subscribe. Bring up the likes if you can. But yes, this episode, man, jam packed with the truths. I'm not telling no lies. No lies, because it shows right in front of your face that the Clintons don't like each other. The Clintons do not like each other. So who do you believe? What do you believe? I don't believe none of them. Right? I don't believe Hillary. For sure I don't believe her. She's guilty. You could see it in her face. And then Bill. And you know what? I'm going to tell you people how I analyze stuff. Much respect to everybody. Much respect to all nations and cultures. But this is what my pops would tell me, right? Especially with Caucasian people. You see, if their face starts turning red when somebody asks them a question and it starts to turn red, it's either they're angry or they're lying. It's either they're angry or they're lying. And I seen that with Hillary Clinton. She was red. So she was angry or lying, and I guarantee Bill Clinton was red too in his face, so he's angry and probably lying. But if you're a good liar, right, and you have that complexion, you're not going to turn red. If you're a good liar, I'll say it again, and you have that light complexion, you're not turning red, right? Isn't it facts? I know, man. Trust me. And I'm not making this up because I had a brethren, Italian brethren I grew up with. And whenever he lied, I know he was lying because his face would turn red, kind of. Or if he was angry, his face would turn red. So I know this shit. You know what I'm saying? The face turns red when you're lying, man. Or you're getting angry. That's how some people could read certain people, right? It's hard to tell when the only way you could tell from other people who are darker complexion is the eyes. That's another thing too I was looking at. Her eyes. How her eyes was going like a certain type of way. It was moving a certain way, and her face, anybody who's a good investigator, the police would know, or anybody would say, damn, this woman's lying. Bill, he's lying. But they get a pass because they got the money. Right? They get the pass because they're wealthy and they're rich or whatever. So guess what? Money talks. You know the rest. Bull walks. And people, please subscribe. Please like. I know right now the internet is going crazy. I know right now it's busy. All on YouTube, all on Instagram. Like I'm saying, there's some truth tellers out there. The conspiracy theorists were looking crazy for years, and now the conspiracy theories, everybody's jumping on the bandwagon now. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. I'm gonna have an episode with the rest of my cast in the main studio with at least other opinions. At least what, 5 of us, maybe 6 of us, coming soon. And they all have knowledge too, like I have knowledge. And we're going to break it down, even other conspiracies linked all together, right? because they're real good at it. Bless up to Rastafari Samurai, Royals, right? Frost, Beano, and all the rest of the fam, right? We're gonna break it down because they have knowledge to certain things I don't know, which they could remind me of. You get what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody with the knowledge. I always take in the information and I do my research. One thing with me, I do my research. I dig in. Same thing with the music. If I'm doing a review, I just don't say, oh, that's a hot song. I listen to that album for a whole week. I have to listen to the whole album, all the sonic sounds. I have to listen to the lyrics for a whole week before I jump and say I'm going to do a review. I still like the J. I'm just switching. The J. Cole stuff was big. Everybody jumped to let's do a review. I said, I can't do the review until I listen to all 22 songs or whatever, how much songs. So that's an example. I do my research. So when I'm talking about this whole thing with the Epstein stuff, it's research. 100%. In people's heads, they think that Epstein got charged with like 20 charges. Like he got 20 charges. It wasn't that. He didn't get charged with 20 charges. It's like two charges. That's it. One parent, what screwed him up. Right? So this is the thing now. What we got to hear, all the people who are the victims, are they going to bring up Bill Clinton and Hillary? For all the people who want Bill to be a part of this whole Epstein conspiracy and the wife, right? Will we hear the victims who are alive talk about it? Are they going to point the finger to the Clintons? Because so far I haven't heard anything. I'll be honest. I haven't heard any of the victims put them into it. Have you guys heard? I haven't heard it. People, please bring up the likes if you can, and please subscribe. Clones don't get arrested. You're saying they're clones. Are you saying they're clones? Clones don't get arrested? It doesn't matter. As long as you are a moving object and talking object, you're a character for the population outside who don't know better. So let's see if the victims of the Epstein stuff implicate Mr. Bill and the wife, Hillary. I'm waiting for that. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for people to bring um, the victims to bring them up, because the victims are saying a lot of different things. They're starting to talk. I think there is a documentary. Look it up. There is the documentary. I think it's on Netflix. There's a documentary. It's on one of the streaming platforms about Epstein and the victims. But there was a commercial on Super Bowl I heard with the Epstein victims talking about, like, it was a commercial and stuff like that. So, Mr. Bill, there's gonna be a bombshell. Something's gonna drop. Somebody's gonna be talking about other shit. There's going to be other stuff coming up. Pizzagate conspiracy, UFO conspiracy, alien conspiracy. Who's next? But this is one thing Clinton can't run from: those pictures. The pictures where you have ladies sitting on your lap, and they asked your wife about it, and she feels stupid. She feels like an idiot. Are they AI? The next thing are we going to hear is it AI? Those pictures are old pictures. So that question, when they asked Clinton, who are those ladies on your lap, Bill? Who were those ladies on your lap, Bill? It was just some young ladies at some club who wanted to take a picture with me. It was just all, innocent and all that. That's what he's gonna say. He's just gonna say it was just innocent. These girls just wanted to sit on my lap. I'm a celebrity. I'm famous. That's what's gonna come up. That's how he's going to cover his ass. But even though he says that, the wife looks stupid. Hillary looks dumb. He's going to, like, he could cover himself up and say, yeah, these girls were just, groupies. They're fans. They wanted to take a picture with me. But on the other end, the wife is like saying, yo, you know what? And she's been saying this for a good while. You know what? You had pictures of all these bees and these young girls on your lap. We're finished. Yo, Monica Lewinsky embarrassed me enough. And that other floozy who you were with. Now there's these pictures going out to the public about you having girls on your lap. And remember, there's logs of him flying to China, Russia, and all these places on Epstein's plane. So that's fake. That's fake too. And the money that was donated from Epstein, that's fake too. That's a lie. That didn't happen. Epstein didn't give no money, right? And Hawaii, you're right. Hawaii. So how they let's do their narrative. How they put it on their side. Epstein did not give you no money for no initiative organization. He did not make you fly, Bill, on his plane. You did not go anywhere, Bill. You didn't go anywhere. So what the FBI or whoever's investigating and all the shit what they're putting on the net, that's all lies. I never flew on no planes with Epstein, or I never took his planes anywhere. I never took any money from Epstein ever. That's how these. That's what should be. I'm waiting. I want to know. I'm waiting for that. His public joint resolution. Yeah, Bill is this dastardly. I'm waiting for that right now. I want to know. I want to see that he says that he did not take any flights. He didn't fly in any planes. I'm waiting for to hear that he didn't take no flights to no countries and no money, zero. So far, the wife threw him under the bus. The wife threw that guy under the bus, threw Bill under the bus. Said, "Yo, he knows him." When they asked her certain questions, she said, "Oh, that's Bill." Basically, she didn't want to answer those questions, right? FBI, the cover-up team during the administration and the CIA called the shots. Yes, because I told you guys about that Cash Patel. Just look up Cash Patel. Just look him up. Remember, you remember when they fired a whole bunch of FBI people? This is the link. You guys remember when they fired a whole bunch of FBI people? Okay. After the firing of people, guess who they put in place? And it was a surprise to me even till now. Recently, I didn't know. They put the brown in the man in there, Cash Patel, 2025 February, around this time, right? Because it's 2026. This time, 2025, Cash Patel was appointed in the position where he's at. And when you look up Cash Patel's history, he rose, he rose, he rose, he rose, he rose, he rose. But as he rose, guess who he looked up to? Guess who he looked up to the most? Mr. Trump is like a hero to him. Trump is the one who put him where he is. Even Pam Bondi, same thing with her. She worked up, and then she defended and helped Trump. So the reason you see Pam Bondi and what's his name, Cash Patel, is because Donald Trump put them in there. That's why, right? The brown man. Yeah, I got to say that. Do I say Indian or what? I'm just calling. I'm going to say brown man, right? Anybody could have a position. They work hard for it, but like in America, I was kind of surprised, even with the mayor stuff. What's going on? I'm like, damn. I know times have changed and Obama and stuff, but damn. Right, with the ICE going on and the people getting deported, and how Donald Trump, damn, they got reverse psychology, right? You know what I'm saying? Correct. Yeah, I gotta say the brown man. Some people, I don't know, some people they might be offended, but that's what it is. Don't they call us the black man? They call me the black man, right? They call it the white man, right? They say white man and they say black man. I could say brown man, right? Every day they say, oh, that black man, that black man, that black, oh, the white man, the white man, the white man. So I could say the brown man. And if people will be offended of that, but hell with it. And people, please subscribe and like, comment, all that good stuff. We're getting deep down to earth right now. And some people may not like it, right? But I think some of the MAGA people, they love it that Bill Clinton said Trump's not a part of anything, as mentioned, right? So there's a lot of people who are for it. They have nothing to say. The MAGA people are like, you know what? He's kind of helping our guy. So, you know what? Let's not say nothing about Bill. I kind of like him, right? But the wife, we don't give a shit. She's an idiot. You get what I mean? That's what's going on. The wife, let's throw her away. She needs to go to prison. She lied though, and I want to see if they're gonna hold her accountable for it. She lied, perjury. She lied about Maxwell, and I'm gonna say it. She lied about the Maxwell lady, y'all. She lied. So are we gonna hold her for the lying shit? Are they gonna go back around? I want to see those videos released. They said they recorded a whole bunch of this whole deposition, hours of it, and it's supposed to be released. Release it. Don't keep it a secret like the Epstein files, which we still don't know about a whole bunch of the shit. Let's hear what she has to say. The one they don't, she only talked to the media a little bit. There's hours of questioning where they asked her about a whole bunch of things, right? WikiLeaks. I like that you brought up WikiLeaks. You remind me. You remember about the WikiLeaks? I'm gonna have to do an episode about that. I guarantee WikiLeaks was connected to the Epstein stuff. What happened to that guy? And there's another guy too who was an agent. They done a movie on. What happened to the guy for the WikiLeaks? Where is he? Where's that guy? What happened to that guy before the WikiLeaks? No more. He's gone. He's gone. Right? No more. You're not hearing about anything. But people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. You're not hearing about anything about WikiLeaks anymore. You see how they could just bring up stories, bring up controversy, and just make it go down fast, goes away. They were trying to go away with the Epstein stuff for a while, but Bill Clinton and Hillary, they still had to talk. So you notice how it just goes away, right? You notice how it just certain things just go away and stuff like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. They know how to play people on this. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It's the Down to Earth Network. We're also not just on YouTube, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. A lot of the episodes what you guys have tuned in is on listening platforms, so you could listen to on your whatever devices when you're going to work in the morning or whatever in the nighttime if you're working and all that good stuff. It's everywhere, and video on Spotify. Everywhere. Now I got the Patreon. I'm going to put that in the link. There's certain things I have on there, and I'm going to be releasing on there information on that where is more info, and I will probably put any of your ideas as down as an episode. What you want to talk about. Snowden. Yes. Snowden. Yes, I got to do something on Snowden. Thanks for that. Snowden and the WikiLeaks. That is a big thing. I'm surprised that wasn't brought up with this whole Epstein shit. I'm surprised we haven't heard anything about that. Yes. The Fall of Cabal series. Yes. Yes. But Epstein I'm going to say straight up, Epstein was working for the government. That's why he got a sweet deal. He was working for the government, and maybe that's why certain people are very careful of talking. He was working for the government, straight up. He was a government agent. I don't know how long he was, but he flipped somewhere down the line. He was working for government agents. He was working. See, he was doing an international thing with all types of governments. So when you do an international thing and you're working and telling secrets and doing trades and stuff, you become a sellout to your own country down the line because you're making other countries rich. So that's part of the deal, right? And Bill, I'm not going to say I feel sorry for Bill Clinton, but you're going to get it, man. They're coming for you. I'm talking social media. They're going to start digging up a whole bunch. You know, they said Bill Clinton has a half black son. I've been hearing that for the last 2 months. That he has this son that he had. Meanwhile, he was with Hillary. And where is he from? Where's he from again? How did I forget the place where he's from? Where is he from again? I forgot the state where he's from. It's in my head. I know it's right in my head. But they're saying that he has a son, a illegitimate son for a black woman. So he's been cheating on his wife from a long time, right? Say much respect, Carl. He's been cheating on his wife from a long time, from the beginning of the relationship, right? Arkansas, yes, Arkansas. They're saying that he has a son. The son is like in his what? The son probably is in his 40s, early 40s or something. Must be. They're saying he looks like him. I don't. That could be fake. It's fake though. But they're saying he has a son before he was a governor. But he still was with the woman, with Hillary. He still was with Hillary. So Hillary knows he's a playboy. You know what? Hillary has her own man. She's just quiet. Hillary's doing her own thing because she knows her husband is a cheater. So Hillary always probably been doing had a side piece. Guaranteed, Hillary had a side piece. Meanwhile, we're thinking that they're all good. They probably could be swingers. We don't know. There's cultures like that. Like, there's communities of people who are swingers. They're married and they share. They go with other people and stuff like that. So, right? You remember Hillary looked like she was a hippie, right? She's the godmother of feminism, right? Like Oprah. Yeah, yeah. And people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Yeah. A lot of dirty stuff is going on in the world right now. It's always been going on in the world, dirty things. But because social media is big now, it's exposing a lot of people. And that's why they're getting hard on the censorship stuff. That's why censorship, freedom of speech is being attacked in America. It's being attacked everywhere, basically, but it's being attacked in America. It's even in Canada, it's being attacked. They're trying, they gave you the internet and they want to take it away. They gave you your expression, your so-called freedom of expression, and they want to take it away right now. They're starting. It's starting. So, Bill, I guarantee, man, when I come off of this, I'm gonna hear some new news. Some new news. What's the next lie? What's the next lie? No plane. He didn't fly on any planes. He didn't go to no dinners with Epstein, right? No dinners with Epstein. He didn't go to. But you got pictures. You got a lot of pictures. What they say are in the files, but you are innocent. People, please subscribe. Bring up the likes. Bring up the likes. Support the platform, the Down to Earth Network. I might be going on later again. I could tell. I seen a message from my Down to Earth brother saying, "What's up?" I think the Down to Earth cast wants to go live within an hour or so, maybe. I'm guessing. I guarantee that's gonna happen. People want to talk. They want to talk because there's a lot of news. I don't know if we're gonna be, but yo, people, please subscribe, man. Like, comment, all that good stuff. Guaranteed, I'll probably be on this shit again with the rest of the cast opinions. But thanks for joining. This is the Down to Earth podcast, the Down to Earth Network with your host Sean Myrie. I'm out.